Hi guys, this is Diane Hogarth's Millionaire Mom, and continuing my series of finding great top marketers for me to interview. I've got Lamar Schoell here from the USA, and I've met him on Tech Tuesdays. So would you like to tell us a little bit more about how you became our tech guy on a Tuesday?
Hey, Diane. First of all, I want to thank you for inviting me here to your live. Yeah, this is let me just tell you a little bit about where I'm from. Like you said, I am from USA. I live in the state of New Hampshire. So what that means is it's beautiful this time of year. In the summer, the leaves are just turning all different colors. And I'm situated in the perfect spot. Right now where I live, I'm like about a half hour from the ocean. And if I go the other way, like north, I'm like about 45 minutes to an hour to where I can hike up in the mountains. So I really love where I live. And I kind of got started with marketing, I don't know, 2.5 years ago now. I got laid off from my job of like 30 something years as a software developer. And I really didn't know what I wanted to do. So I started looking at this making money online, and I didn't even think you could do it. I heard people were doing it, whether they were making money or not, I wasn't sure, right? But I started going down this road, and then I met a couple of my mentors, Ace and Rich. This is where I started doing, like you mentioned at the beginning, Tech Tuesday, and I think this is where you and me kind of met. And I love doing Tech Tuesday because I always wanted to help people, like more than just more than just people that followed me, because it wasn't enough. I had like a smidgen, which is a small amount of followers, right? But I wanted to get out in front of more people. So it just so happened Ace and Rich invited me to help teach their Tech Tuesdays. And I still remember the first day they called me up and they got a hold of me because I knew Ace and Rich and I was going to their classes every week, right? Getting trained. And then all of a sudden, I see H and Rich, they called me up and said, hey, how would you like to teach class Wednesday? This was a Wednesday class way back that they were having. And I'm like, because you're nervous and scared, right? And then all of a sudden, like, I found myself, just slowly getting started with them, helping teaching. So I was in front of, everybody they knew and plus people I knew and others, right? So this was really cool. I remember telling my daughter, like, I didn't tell anybody, but I was telling her, like, man, I just want to teach this class one day. I'm just, not that I was tired of sitting behind and learning, because I was learning a lot, but I wanted to get there and help out people. But that got me started in that class. And then that eventually rolled into what they have now, Tech Tuesdays. And we've been doing that for, I don't know, the last 6 months or so. So and people have been getting a lot of value from that.
Yeah. So what are your top 3 tips to help somebody who's brand new online? If they want to make money online, what are your top 3 tips?
Yeah, I got one. Just go look it up. Sorry. Oh man. Sorry, I had to throw it in there. No, listen, if you're new and just starting out online right now, or with any type of business, there's really 3 things. There's more, but there's 3 things you really want to pay attention to. The first one is getting a mentor, finding somebody that has already done or is doing what you want to do. Like, that's going to save you so much time and, just effort, being overwhelmed and frustration. So you really want to find, so whatever niche you're in, look around, spend time looking around and finding someone that's willing to help out and just learn, right? Just go with an open mind and say, somebody that's successful already, say, hey, just teach me what you're already doing, right? So that's the first thing. Go find a mentor. You can have more than one. I don't suggest too many though, because then it just leads to more confusion, right? Follow 1 or 2 mentors and stick with them. And literally do what they tell you to do. That's probably one of the best keys to success. The next one, this is important. This is one I do every day, or try to do, right? Is focus. Not just sitting there and saying, okay, I'm going to dedicate, today I'm going to just do my business for an hour, 2 hours, whatever it is. You've got to focus during that time, right? Focus. If you're not focused, it doesn't matter how much time you spend on that activity. So you've got to learn how to focus. And one of the things I use just for, just to give you guys a little help today. It's called Pomodoro. This thing's pretty cool. You can download it like as a Chrome extension or most browser extensions. There's even free apps, but Pomodoro trains your brain to focus for like 25 minutes, then you rest for 5. So when you do that 25 minutes, the timer's on, you're literally working on just one thing. You're not multitasking. You're focused on that one thing you want to get done. And then after 25 minutes, you're going to rest for 5. So that's not picking up your phone. I usually go and do like exercise or something, right? Just to keep moving. And then I come back for another 25 minutes. So you're going to do that 3 times. So you're going to do 25, 5, 25, 5, 25, 5. And then on the 4th one, you're going to do 25, and then you're going to have a 15-minute break. That has really helped with my focus because your brain can't focus for a long periods of time. So that's the idea of Pomodoro. I already forgot the 3rd thing. I can't think of this. I was going good here. I started yakking too much. So we talked about a mentor. Oh, and we talked about focus. Sorry. And we, and the other thing is you got to take action every day on your business. And you don't have to you should, but it's better to take small steps, take small actions every day. You got to be consistent, right? And have a plan. Like if you want to learn how to write emails, right, make sure that you just at least spend a little time taking action on learning how to write emails. Don't just sit down and kind of like write an email and say it's done. You got to know to learn too. Like you got to find people that are going to make you better at writing emails. Ben Settle comes to mind right now. This guy is the king of emails. You can get on his, I just got on his email list. He's got some courses, but even if you just get on his free email list, you're going to learn a lot. And I actually sit down and I read Ben's emails, right? I don't want to be like Ben, but I'm looking at how he's putting out emails. This is his living. This is what he makes his life off of, right? And you find people like that. But I don't, I take maybe, these small action steps every single day. So those are the 3 things. Having a mentor, making sure you focus on learning how to focus and taking small steps every day, action steps.
Now about emails, is it, because if you want to promote, say, a JVZoo product or a Warrior Plus product, so you just get, say, the 50% commissions and get the link and get paid that way. How would you, when they give you the email swipes, they are far too salesy. So what have you got to, as a guideline, because would you say stories are better or would you say the salesy ones are better?
Yeah, well, I definitely like the story ones by far, right? Actually, right, none of us like to be sold to, right? But we all like to buy, right? But I always like to either do my emails like a storytelling email or, like an email that's value, right? So I find, because I like helping people, so I'm going to put out a value-based email or a story-based email. So I love like when things happen to me, like if I'm on a trip somewhere or, just little things, I try to even write those down on my phone, as, just as reminders for emails. And then when I come back and I'll sit down for like the hour or 2 writing emails that day, I look at like, oh yeah, like for storytelling, right? I have those reminders always in there for me, but value-based or whatever, by far better.
Because I like the one about, there's the story of, there's a little trickle of water and then it becomes a stream and then it becomes a river and then 10 million years later, it's the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, it's a gushing river, right?
So basically, I love that one because then you can say if your daily actions are minuscule at first, they can snowball into something big. Please hit the link below and take action. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And like, again, you have to have that mindset too, right? Of working, writing emails. And I think once you create that mindset, it does help. Like you do find like these stories, because I remember one time I drove up to Vermont a couple of years ago to see my daughter, which is about 3 hours from me. I stopped on the ride 3 times because I'm going along. I can't remember. I think I was listening to like an audiobook. It could have been like Darren Hardy, The Compound Effect, which is a pretty good book. But I usually listen to audible books. But all of a sudden, an idea popped in my head. So I literally pulled off the highway, and went into just went to the gas station or whatever. And I got my phone out and started writing like really quick an idea for an email. I went off on my way again, right? And that happened like 3 times on a 3-hour trip. But every time I get those inspirations, those thoughts, I don't try to let those go, because those are usually the best ones. Then the next day or whatever, later on when I came home, I actually had like 3 emails to write, and the ideas are already there.
So with emails, let's just carry on with that subject for a while. Would you say that you need a sequence, or would you say that you need, say, a sequence and then a tag and then get them on the broadcast? How would you advise people, beginners, to start emails?
Oh, that's actually a good question, Diane. And that's exactly what you want to do, right? You want to create what they call like a follow-up series. Some people call it like an autoresponder, but what that is just a sequence of emails. I don't know, that generally around 4 to 6 emails. And when somebody opts into your offer, they're going to, your autoresponder is going to automatically send these 5 or 6 emails, whatever you have the sequence set up for. And these are good emails, because this is a great way for your leads that are coming in from your traffic to start warming up to you, right? They start to get to know, like, and trust you. And once again, in these emails, that they could be story-based or value-based. And then after they go through your sequence, right, your email follow-up, you're going to take them and put them into your broadcast. This is basically where your daily emails are. The emails are pretty much the same, right? The way, the style, and the content of those emails are. But now they're going to be on your broadcast. So again, they're going to, get to know and like you, even, just more, they start seeing you. You can do your videos, right? A lot of times what I do, maybe write a video on a YouTube a video I just did on my YouTube channel, right? So I just kind of put a little bit of that topic in the email, and then instead of link going to an offer, so you got to play tricks with your subscribers. They think if they click on that link, they're going to be taken to an offer, but this time I take them over to my YouTube channel. And then what they're doing is now watching me on YouTube, so they get to know me from there, or, take them over to my Facebook profile page. So a lot of times you can take your email subscribers from your list into your different other channels of social media, so they get to know you better.
That's an excellent idea, because I'm on a 30-day YouTube challenge. And then I can get more views. There is a competition going for them. I think it's most views, most watch time, and most subscribers.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm going to take that one and implement it.
There you go.
So what is the difference for beginners in what is a broadcast for the people who don't know what a broadcast is? Can you explain that to the people who are watching, please?
Yeah. So that's a good question. I should have explained it, Diane, because what, after a while, when, you and me or people like us, right, we get to do these things for a while. These are just like common words, and they're part of they just become nameplates after a while. So a broadcast email is an email that you're going to sit down and write for that day, right? And usually what I do, like today, I got to sit down, I'm going to write my emails, but I'm not going to send those emails out today. They're going to go out tomorrow. So one cool thing about a broadcast, you can send it immediately. So you write the email, kind of like you would in Google, right? And in Gmail. You can send it right away. But what I like to do is schedule my emails to go out the next day. And this is why, because now, like, I like to send out over here in the States on Eastern time, 7 a.m. in the morning. And for me to get up at 5 o'clock to start writing an email, like say, 2 hours or an hour before, it's just not going to happen. Not going to happen. So what I can do, like today, I can sit there and write an email at any time during the day. Because it's not going out today, I'm going to schedule it to go out for 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. So the nice thing I like about this, so as I'm going through my day, a thought comes to my mind for a good email topic. So whether that's at 11 a.m. or it's at 8 p.m. at night, I can work on that email and then just put it in my, in the broadcast and schedule it for the next day. That is probably one of the things that has helped me the most. So, and I do that on a daily basis. So, people on my subscribers on my list get an email from me once a day.
Once a day. So the ones that don't actually get to the broadcast, are those dead? So you just never email them again?
Right. Yeah. People just come and go, right? So you just grab just broadcast to your list. And you know what? If I were even just starting out, right, you probably won't have many subscribers on your list. You might even have 10, right? You still want to send broadcast emails. You want to get practicing right away. And listen, that's probably the best thing to happen to you, believe it or not. Because think about it, your emails, they're not going to be good. I know mine weren't. I'm still working on it, right? So, but if you start getting in the habit to broadcast now, to send out those emails. So as your list is growing, your emails are going to get better. More people will engage with them. You don't want to wait till you have a big list of, say, 1,000 subscribers or 20,000 subscribers or more, right? You want to get an early start with it.
So what's the difference between a broadcast and, because a lot of people just say you need a 60-day sequence or a 90-day sequence. So what's your argument just for broadcast one a day?
Yeah, you could do it with a sequence like you're saying, right? You could do the same thing. What I found out, and I don't have any hard data to back this up, I think I get better opens with a broadcast. Not because I'm a better writer, it's because it's an email, but because the autoresponders seem to have better open rates when you're sending out a broadcast versus follow-up emails.
And that's good for the algorithm, isn't it, inside the autoresponder? Because if you've got dead people on the list, that goes against your open rates, doesn't it?
Right. And yes, and you do want to do your regular list cleanup. We call it like scrubbing your list. So you want to remove, like you're saying, like we'll back up just a little bit, like people that have unsubscribed, and it will happen, right? You want to get them off your list, and any bad emails, undeliverable emails, I should say, email addresses. You want to remove those subscribers. But the next thing you want to do, now this is the hard part, because when you're first starting, right, you're running traffic, you're spending all that money on traffic, you're getting those leads in. But if they're the leads coming in, and if they're not opening your emails, like you were saying, that's hurting your open rates a lot. So you have to really have the mindset. Again, the mindset comes into play to remove these subscribers from your list. Like I usually generally start cleaning my list. If they're on my list for 6 months and have not opened an email of mine, I remove them from my list. It's a hard thing to do, but my open rates have become better over time. That's one of the things I've been doing.
That's brilliant information. We didn't know we were going to talk about this. It just happened. But that's really top tips on emails. It's gone into really good detail. So I hope you found this useful at home. Thank you so much for your time, Lamar. I told you it was brilliant. A Tech Tuesday. This is our techie guy with the emails. Brilliant.
Thanks, Diane. This was real fun. You have to invite me again. I'd love to come back on.
I'm sure I will. Thanks, guys. Bye.